Alright, so I'm gonna just skip the intro and you can skip the past 4 or 5, maybe 6 minutes of this video. I'm gonna get straight to the point. So a lot of things are changing around here. No need to panic. Swear to God, not fear propagandizing or any of that shit for my main viewers and subscribers, even passerby or people that like aren't subscribed to me that like to watch my videos. Some of you guys, who knows? But yeah, before I get into this article session review about Nintendo shutting down Zelda Skyward Sword, it was about a couple days ago. I gotta be real with you right now. And take it with a grain of salt. This isn't set in stone yet, but by the time it's about anywhere from next year, even like the middle of this month of December, I want to say like the 9th or the 11th, maybe the 15th or the 12th, around that area, the middle of December, all the way to pretty much January through April. Not saying I'm quitting YouTube, but I might just have to stick with Chat and Breeze outdoor vlog videos. Unfortunately, it's come down a little bit to the point. And like I said, skip the past 4 or 5 minutes. I'm not trying to be on a drama or soapbox opera or not sitting on a soapbox on a pedestal or whatever. But I'm not trying to pull a Review Tech USA or Keemstar or iDubbbz or any of those guys. I'm just being force feeding real life personal drama stuff. But me and the roommate got into a little bit of a fucking fight argument, which it didn't turn physical or anything. It was mainly a lot of verbal, which almost went physical, but thank God that it didn't escalate that far. And starting in the middle of December, like I said, either the 9th or the 12th or the 15th, maybe through January all the way through April of next year, early spring of this coming year of 2019, next year, which is right around the corner as I'm doing this video. I'm probably not going to be able to do that many of these podcasting videos like I used to anymore. Take this with a grain of salt. It's not set in stone yet, but I might not be able to do these anymore. You're just going to see my face a lot more instead of outdoors walking out in the beautiful, some of the nice little desert areas out here in the 702, the desert. As some of you guys know, some of my main locations are little farmland areas and all that shit. This is like way out in the boonies where I do Chat and Breeze vlog videos. But holy shit, man. I don't know how much longer I'm able to do these video podcasting videos. I'm not going to put them to a halt completely because I know some of you guys really do enjoy it. I see the 5-10 likes, sometimes at the least 0 to 3 likes that I get on my channel. Which, you know, it's not even about having likes or dislikes. I could get dislikes and I'll still be happy with that. Because the dislike button, I know a lot of people say, oh, it does something big. While others, it really doesn't do anything. It just shows that, like, you want to have a lot more of a better engagement with your audience and stuff of that nature. So, one more other thing before I start reading this article. Yeah, links down below if you want to read it yourself. Unless you heard about this news. If you're a big Zelda head or Zelda super hardcore fan or Link fan or what have you. But anyways, it's really going to suck ass not being able to do videos like this with the podcast. And you see this little, like, screen recorder, Screen-O-Matic cast out. And I know it's a cheap system, but it's one of the only few that I have. And just the other day, one of my roommates was getting pissed off and shitting and yelling at me. Yelling a lot of shit. Not shitting on me. No, never mind. Forget that I said that part. Yeah, he was saying that he broke the keyboard by accident and he wanted me to get new batteries for him. He was just being a fucking dick. Fucking asshole, douchebag, piece of shit. That's the best way I could say it. One last other thing. I don't know. I honestly, for the life of me, don't fucking know anymore. I mean, I'm not being like depressed and trying to bring negative vibes to you guys, but man, what you don't see behind the scenes, not the reason why I don't do videos. I like doing this podcast style sort of videos. You just only get a 15 limit thing, and after that, you got to pay like $29.99 or $35.99 if you want to keep using the pro version of Screen-O-Cast. So, yeah, there's that. So, I don't know how the living situation is going to be because we just, holy crap. We were just talking to like these sale properties managers for, not really like losing the house, but we're going to get a lot of like equity insurance out of it, which I'm not going to get into that because it's a little bit extremely personal stuff. So I'm going to leave that to the side silent. So anywhere from January through April or mid-late December of this late this year, at the end of this year almost, from January through April, you'll probably see me in a whole other different location when I do chat and breeze videos in the future of next year, 2019, from January through April. Just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm blabbering on. I've been blabbering for way too long on that subject. These are probably going to go away. It's not written in stone, but they might go away. I know some of you guys really enjoy it. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm still going to be here. Not quitting YouTube. I'm going to be putting my hard work and effort in this bitch. So, anyways, yeah, what's going on with it, ladies and gents, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls? You guys know the rest of the stuff. But yeah, let's get to this thing. So this is update. At this time, we have no plans. And shout out, giving credit where credit is due, Tom Phillips, news editor for Eurogamer. So I'm not sure if he's a freelancer or not, but it's cool out there to hood. So this is bad news, Zelda fans. Nintendo has poured cold water onto the prospects of the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword port for the Nintendo Switch. Oh, excuse me. I'm probably just going to read half the article. I'll probably leave the last paragraph for you guys to read. I'm probably going to skip my outro of the video too, due to how a little bit serious the beginning of this video was. So it says, earlier this week, Zelda boss Eiji Aonuma, I think it's Aonuma, sets tongues wagging when he's when he mentioned the idea to fans during a concert of the Legend of Zelda music in Japan. It sparked excitement for a potential re-release and the prospect of the fixes for a new game whose motion control schemes divided the Zelda community. And it says, quote, at this time, we have no plans to release The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo spokesperson told Eurogamer that, unfortunately, since I did play a lot of, not The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, I'm a lot more bigger of the fan of the one that had Minda in it. I forgot what it was. Actually, let me Google it really fast. Oh, that's what it was. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Minda. Was the one that had Minda in it? Yeah, that's the one. Twilight Princess. I played a lot of that one back in the day. Even a little bit of the SNES and NES one. I never got to play that much of the N64 one because I didn't own it. But I played it a little bit here and there when I sang with my cousins back in the day in New York. In Harlem. But anyways, let's begin. Again. So it says Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the one I didn't get to play for N64. That's what it was. Not that much. Legend of Zelda fans are excitingly discussing the proper side with the Switch. Alright, cool. Outside for the Nintendo Switch. Alright, last night, Zelda aficionados reported that a possible tease of the project series from the boss Eiji Azuma, who appeared on stage for the Legend of Zelda concert music in Osaka, Japan. Oh, this is the older one. That's why that nice little light blue line there. Okay, I see it. For any Fallout 76 fans, I know it's probably a shit fest for you guys, but it's more stories there if you want to read that. So it says, Nintendo has yet to commend reports to repost, but a much shared post on social networks like Weibo quotes and Aonuma has been saying, I know what you are thinking. Skyward Sword for the Switch, right? To which fans have responded with applause. The famously divisive entry of the Legend of Zelda series is originally launched on the Wii U for 2011 and requires the consoles for Wii U Motion Plus peripherals for the gesture-based sword controls. Its temperamental control heavily combines with a sticking point for many, especially the boss battles which required fine-tuned gestures. Skyward Sword shook up the game series in other ways too. It removed Zelda's traditional large overworld and instead used smaller, separate areas and designs to be played for multiple times. Albeit with the radical, I think it's albeit or be, I don't know, it might be British slang. The radical changes for each visit. And that there was Fi. I think her name was Fi or Fi. I never knew what her real name was. The magical spirit who lived in Link's most famous Master Sword. I remember I seen a lot of fan art for her, but I never got to play that game very much. I barely know anything about her except for the wikias. Right, let's move on. Many fans compared her chattiness to that of the Ocarina of Time's Navi, and not in a good way. I'm not sure how true that statement is, but take that with a grain of salt, like I was saying earlier. But there was a lot to like about Skyward Sword too. The game's impressionist painting aesthetics, its memorable Skylaw village, the fantastical, over-the-top villain Girahim, and scene stealing Groose. Skyward Sword has really embraced the placement of the first Legend of Zelda game chronologically, and it reveals to providing Easter eggs of the lore-heavy moments to retroactivity inserts itself as a prequel into later installments. Skyward Sword begins next to the Legend of Zelda game due for the re-release, which also makes sense. It is the next in line for the HD version, following the relaunches of the GameCube and Wii U games Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Wii U. Oh, that's the one I remember playing a lot. But the original one, not for the Wii U. I didn't get to play that one. I think that was just a Switch port thing or whatever. They just reported it to that console at the time. I know how bad of a fucking fail that was, unfortunately, though. Let's move on. Fans have already seen Skyward Sword in HD via the Dolphin emulator, running hack copies of the game on PC. There, the game's painterly art style really shines. What would you be really interested in seeing, though, it is how well Nintendo stripped out of the game Motion Plus Swords controls for the use of the game's Switch handling modes. Oh, okay, I can finish this up pretty quick. I'm going to read the whole thing now, if you guys are still here listening to me. As I understand it, Nintendo is keen to have a Zelda game launch on Switch, every year. That would be crazy if it was every Saturday. Following the 2017 epic Breath of the Wild, 2018 had a port of spin-offs of the Hyrule Warriors. Is Skyward Sword HD Nintendo's Zelda game for 2019? Nintendo traditionally turns up the Game Awards every year with something new to show. And guess what? That's next week. We'll hear something then. We've asked Nintendo for more. Buy Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for Amazon and stuff. Alright, so yeah, there's all that. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I can't really tell you how Skyward Sword was. I really didn't get to play it at all, period. I completely missed out on that one. I remember seeing a lot of fan art, and even back in the day when I was like in high school at the time. It goes like 2006 or 7 or 8, so I think it was about a junior, senior in high school. And I remember Skyward Sword was a real big thing. But I used to read a lot of fanfics of Legend of Zelda, really child-appropriate ones, not the really disgusting-ass Rule 34 ones. You know, granted, I was real big in that at the time. 16, 17-year-old myself back then couldn't get enough of that shit. And that's as far as less perverted I can be back then. As far as I'm going to go with that conversation. Steering clear to a little bit more of a serious thing, though. On a serious note for The Legend of Zelda, I don't know. I could see it for maybe the Nintendo Switch Pro. That's, like, I think what the code name's called for next year, whenever that releases in April, May, or June. Or unless they push it back. Like, sort of how they did with Smash Bros. Which, well, funny thing, I'm already done with the Legend of Zelda stuff. You guys can leave now. I'm going to go off topic a little bit and say that I think for some reason it says December 7th, after Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee was released. Even though, granted, I think it was like the 16th or the 21st. Or actually, no, I think it was like the 15th. 15th or the 16th last month when it came out. It ended up selling 5.6 million or 6.0 million freaking view copies. And it made a shit ton of money, which is great. Happy Nintendo did that. That's awesome. And they said for some reason they mixed it up with the Smash Bros. Ultimate. Say it's coming out December 7th, 2018. And then 2 days ago, I saw a commercial about it saying, "Oh, coming Nintendo Switch December 7th," which I thought it was going to be April or May next year. It was going to get pushed to springtime when Nintendo Switch's Super Smash Bros. Brawl Ultimate was coming out. So what the heck, Nintendo? Just saying, just putting it out there, and that's it. I don't have any insiders or sources or secret sources of who's telling me this. This is just my thoughts, views, and opinions, and that's it. Link to the description box down below. I'm out of here. I'm just going to do my short outro, and that's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gents, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. As always, otakus and Hikikomori out there. I'll see you when I see you. You guys. Good day, have a good night, wherever you're at on the universal and drink some wood at the same time. Just reckless. Stay to more future content on this channel and all that good stuff. Stay safe. Take it easy. Late and goodbye. I'll see you on the flip side. Take it easy. I'm gone. I'm out. And I'll see you guys soon. Later.